Hello friends, most welcome to my YouTube channel Maths by Samit Deshmukh. So now we are starting example number 16 from question number 2, miscellaneous exercise 3B. So in this example we have to show that addition of this first, second and third term will be equals to what? 0. And to show that addition will be equals to 0, what we have to do here, we have to simplify it in such a way that the terms will get what? Cancel. Means if somewhere we will get cos square a, and if somewhere we will get minus cos square a, then plus cos square a minus cos square a will get what? Cancel. Means we have to simplify it in such a way that all the terms will get what? Cancel. So let us try to simplify it. For that purpose, first we will convert small a, small b, small c in terms of what? Sine, using sine rule. So first write down the sine rule here. By sine rule, since we are converting ABC in terms of sine, so in the numerator write down A, B, C. And what is the sine rule? A upon sine A will be equals to B upon sine B will be equals to C upon sine C. Denote this ratio say by K. Now from this we can say that A will be equals to sine A will get multiplied on this side, means we will get K sine A, B will be equals to K sine B, and C will be equals to K sine C. The result which you have got from sine rule, let us denote it by equation number first. Now we are considering the given expression. So now consider the expression. What is that expression? A square into cos square B minus cos square C plus B square into cos square C minus cos square A, and the last term will be C square into cos square A minus cos square B. Now we are substituting the value of this A, B, C which we have got applying sine rule. So which is equal to A means K sine A, so A square means K square sine square A. In this bracket cos parallelly I am trying to convert this cos also in terms of what? Sine. If we are converting cos in terms of sine, so that whole expression will get in terms of sine and it will become easy to simplify. So cos square B according to identity can be written as 1 minus sine square B, minus cos square C can be written as 1 minus sine square C, plus B is nothing but K sine B, so B square means K square sine square B, and here we are applying identity. Cos square C according to identity can be written as 1 minus sine square C, minus keep it as it is. Cos square A can be written as 1 minus sine square A. Again here plus C square, C is nothing but K sine C, so replace C square by K square sine square C. Just we are substituting the value of C from this equation number first, and here according to identity cos square A can be replaced by 1 minus sine square A, minus keep it as it is, and cos square B can be replaced by 1 minus sine square B. Okay. So whole equation is now in terms of what? Sine. So which is equal to K square sine square A, keep it as it is. Let us open the bracket here. 1 minus sine square B, minus into 1 will be minus 1, minus into minus will become plus sine square C, plus here K square sine square B, keep it as it is. Okay, just here I am writing plus K square sine square B, keep it as it is. Let us open the bracket here. 1 minus sine square C, keep it as it is. Minus into 1 is minus 1, and minus into minus will become plus sine square A. And in the last case what will get? Plus K square sine square C, keep it as it is. Here also open the bracket. 1 minus sine square A, minus into 1 is minus 1, and minus into minus will become plus sine square B. Now let us check which terms will get cancelled here. In the first bracket here plus 1 and this minus 1 will get cancelled. Here also plus 1 and minus 1 will get cancelled. Here also plus 1 and minus 1 will get cancelled. Now total 3 terms are there. Observe these 3 terms very carefully. This is first term, this is second term, this is third term. If you observe all the term, can I take k square common from these 3 terms? Yes, we are able to take k square common from all the 3 terms. Now in this bracket, how many remaining terms are there? 2 remaining terms are there, and I am multiplying to both the term by what? Sine square a. K square already we have taken common. So what we'll get here? Sine square a into minus sine square b is minus sine square a into sine square b. If I am multiplying to second term, so what we'll get here? Sine square a into sine square c. Again here k square we have taken common. Now I am multiplying by sine square b to both the terms in this bracket. See what we'll get? Sine square b into minus sine square c is minus sine square b into sine square c, and lastly sine square b into sine square a. So plus sine square a into sine square b. Lastly here, if we are taking k square common, so now I am multiplying by sine square c to both the terms in this bracket. See what we will get? Sine square c into minus sine square a is minus sine square a into sine square c, and lastly multiply by sine square c to last term sine square b. So this product will be equals to plus sine square b into sine square c. Okay, so now let us check which terms will get cancelled. This minus sine square a into sine square b and plus sine square a into sine square b. So these 2 terms will get cancelled. Again, sine plus sine square a into sine square c and minus sine square a into sine square c. These 2 terms will get cancelled. And lastly, plus sine square b into sine square c and minus sine square b into sine square c will get cancelled. After cancelling all the terms, so here we will get 0, and 0 into any term will be equals to 0, and that is our required result here. Now see the next example, 17th. In this case we have to show that value of c square minus a square plus b square into tan a is equals to a square minus b square plus c square into tan b is equal to b square minus c square plus a square into tan c. Now tan can be written as what? Sine upon cos. Means to solve this example we have to make the use of both sine rule also and cosine rule also. Is it clear? So that's why first write down the sine rule. So by sine rule, sine a upon a will be equals to sine b upon b will be equals to sine c upon c, and let us denote this ratio say by k. So which implies that sine a is equal to a into k will be equals to ka. In the same way sine b is equal to bk or kb, and sine c is equal to sine c is equal to kc. Let us denote it by equation number first. All these results we are denoting by equation number first. Now consider the first term. So now we are considering the first term. So what is the first term? C square minus a square plus b square into tan a. Let us try to find out value of this term. So now here c square plus b square can be written as, first collect the positive term, that is b square plus c square minus a square. So first we have written b square, then plus c square minus a square, and this tan a can be replaced by sine a upon cos a. So which is equal to, keep this b square plus c square minus a square as it is. According to equation number first, what is the value of sine a? Sine a is equal to Ka. So sine a is equal to Ka, and according to cosine rule, value of cos a is equal to, what is the value of cos a? B square plus c square minus a square upon 2bc. So here we have substituted these values from sine rule and in the denominator cosine rule. Now let us check which terms will get cancelled. Observe that b square plus c square minus a square and b square plus c square minus a square will get cancelled. After cancelling these terms, so these 2bc can be written in what? Numerator. So what we will get in the numerator? 2kabc. Let us denote this value, say, by equation number 2. Okay, now we have got the value of first term. Using same method, we are trying to find out value of second term and third term. What is the second term here? A square minus b square plus c square into tan b is equals to, now here a square plus c square, keep it as it is, lastly write down minus term, means first write down first two positive term and then write down negative term, and tan b can be written as sin b upon what? Cos b. Again use the same method, substitute the value of sin b and cos b using sine rule and cos rule respectively. So according to sine rule, what value of sin b we have got here? Kb. And according to cosine rule, value of cos b will be equals to what? A square plus c square minus b square upon 2ac. Here these two terms will get cancelled. After cancelling these two terms, what will get? 2ac can be written in the numerator. So 2kabc, 2k is already there, this 2ac can be written in the numerator, so in the numerator we will get 2kabc. Let us denote it by next equation, equation number third. Now using same method, try to find out value of third term, and value of b square minus c square plus a square into tan c is equals to, now here first write down, collect the positive term a square plus b square, then write down negative term minus c square, and tan c can be written as what? Sin c upon cos c. So which is equal to a square plus b square minus c square, keep it as it is, sin c can be replaced by, what is the value of sin c? Will be equals to kc, and cos c according to cosine rule, its value is equal to a square plus b square minus c square upon 2ab. So after cancelling these two terms, what we will get in the numerator? That will be 2kabc. Let us denote it by next equation, equation number 4. In this way, we can observe that from equation second, third and fourth, right hand sides are equal, means we can say that left hand sides are also equal. Hence, so therefore from equation second, third and fourth, we can say that c square minus a square plus b square into tan a will be equals to a square minus b square plus c square into tan b is equal to what? B square minus c square plus a square into tan c. And in this way we have shown that value of these three terms are equal. See, in the example number 18, one equation is given to us, which equation? A cos square c by 2 plus c cos square a by 2 is equal to 3b by 2. Using this, we have to show that these three terms ABC are in arithmetic progression. When we can say that ABC are in arithmetic progression, means to show that ABC are in arithmetic progression, we have to prove that twice B will be equal to A plus C. If this condition is satisfying, at that time we can conclude that ABC are in what? Arithmetic progression. Now let us simplify this given equation and let us try to get our required result. If you will observe this given equation, here terms of half angle appears. So that's why we are applying half angle formula. Again, let us revise that half angle formula. What is the value of 1 plus cos theta will be equals to 2 cos square theta by 2. So this is the value of what? 1 plus cos theta. Here terms of cos square c by 2, such term appears. 2 is not present there, so that's why 2, take it on this side. So means what we'll get? 1 plus cos theta upon 2 will be equals to cos square theta by 2. Means cos square theta by 2 can be replaced by what? 1 plus cos theta by 2. So let us apply this formula here to solve this example. So therefore A, keep it as it is. Now cos square c by 2 according to this formula can be replaced by 1 plus cos theta upon 2 plus here c, keep it as it is. Again according to same method, cos square a by 2, sorry, here theta is what? C. Again here cos square a by 2 can be replaced by 1 plus cos a upon 2, and on this side 3b upon 2, keep it as it is. Just we have substituted the value of cos square a by 2 and cos square c by 2 using this half angle formula. So now let us simplify it. Now I am multiplying by a to both the terms here. So a into 1 will be equals to a, and a into cos c will be a cos c. In the denominator 2, keep it as it is. Now I am multiplying by c to both the terms. So multiply by c. C into 1 will be equals to c. C into cos a will be equal to c cos a. In the denominator 2, keep it as it is. On this side 3b upon 2 also as it is. Now if you will observe both the sides very carefully, check whether denominators of both the sides are what? 2. If I am multiplying both sides by 2, 2 will get cancelled. So which are the remaining term? A plus a cos c plus c cos a is equals to 3b. Just we are cancelling 2 from both sides. So this expression can be written as, first write down a plus, then write down c, then write down remaining 2 terms, that is a cos c plus c cos a. On this side 3b, keep it as it is. Now what is the value of a cos c plus c cos a? According to projection rule, its value is equal to small b. So here a plus c, keep it as it is. According to projection rule, a cos c plus c cos a is equal to small b. On this side 3b, keep it as it is. Here we have applied projection rule. Projection rule. Now here collect the terms of b. So this implies that a plus c is equal to, now plus b on this side will become minus b. 3b minus b will be equals to what? 2b. So what result we have got here? A plus c is equals to 2b. Means this condition is satisfying. A plus c is equal to 2b. And if this condition is satisfying, means we can say that a, b, c are in what? Arithmetic progression. So this implies that a, b, c are in arithmetic progression, and this is our required result. See, in the example number 19, we have to show that value of 2 sin inverse of 3 by 5 is equal to tan inverse of 24 by 7. Now to get our required result, which is in terms of tan inverse, we are converting sin inverse in terms of tan inverse. See, every inverse trigonometric function can be converted into 5 remaining inverse trigonometric function. So here we are trying to convert sin inverse in terms of what? Tan inverse, and later on we will find out the value of left hand side, and we will try to show that its value is equal to what? RHS. So here we are supposing that let x is equal to sin inverse of 3 by 5. So this implies that x should lie in between. So here x is nothing but value of what? Sin inverse. And if you'll observe here, this number is positive. And since this number is positive, means definitely we know that its principal solution of sin inverse lies in 4th quadrant and in what? 1st quadrant. Means in between minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. But this value is positive, means definitely it lie in what? 1st quadrant. Means it will lie in between 0 to what? Pi by 2. Okay. Now taking sine on both sides, so on this side we will get sin x, and if we are taking sine on this side, sine and sine inverse will get cancelled, we will get 3 by 5. In this way we have got the value of sin x. From the value of sin x, we are trying to find out value of cos x. So therefore cos x is equal to, can I write cos x as under root 1 minus sin square x? According to identity, 1 minus sin square x is cos square x. Cos square x outside the root will become what? Cos x. So which is equal to under root 1 minus, what is the sin x? 3 by 5. So sin square will be equals to 9 upon 25. If we are taking cross multiplication, here we will get 25 minus 9 is 16 upon 25, which is equals to 4 by 5 if we are taking square root. In this way we have got the value of what? Cos x. So therefore tan x will be equals to, tan x, can I write it as sin x upon cos x? Yes, it can be written as sin x upon cos x. Now replace sin x by its value 3 by 5 and cos x by its value 4 by 5. After simplifying, see what we'll get. 5 will get cancelled. Here we will get 3 by 4. Means 3 by 4 is the value of what? Tan x. If we are taking tan inverse on both sides, so on this side if we are taking tan inverse and tan will get cancelled, remaining term is x, and on this side we will get tan inverse of 3 by 4. Just simply we have taken tan inverse on both sides. Now x means what? X is nothing but what? Sin inverse of 3 by 5. So this implies that replace x by sin inverse of 3 by 5 is equals to tan inverse of 3 by 4. Keep it as it is. Let us denote it by equation number first. In this way we have got the value of the sin inverse in terms of what? Tan inverse. Now let us consider the left hand side and try to show that its value is equal to what? Right hand side. So now what is left hand side here? 2 sin inverse of 3 by 5, so which is equal to, I am not disturbing to 2, sin inverse of 3 by 5 will be equals to what? Tan inverse of 3 by 4. This value I am substituting from equation number first, so which is equal to, now 2 tan inverse of 3 by 4 can be written as tan inverse of 3 by 4 plus tan inverse of 3 by 4. Okay, so which is equals to, now this expression or this term is in the form of what? Sin x plus sin y, and here x is what? Less than 1, and here, and it is positive also and less than 1 also. So that's why x into y means 3 by 4 into 3 by 4 is 9 by 16, which is less than 1. So we have three important result related with tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y. In one property we have seen that if x into y is less than 1, at that time value of tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y is equal to tan inverse of x plus y. X is here 3 by 4 plus y is also 3 by 4 divided by 1 minus x into y means 3 by 4 into 3 by 4, because here x is also 3 by 4 and y is also 3 by 4. So which is equal to tan inverse of, let us take the cross multiplication here, 4 3s are 12 plus here also 4 3s are 12, and in the denominator 4 into 4 is 16. Again observe the denominator very carefully. In the denominator 4 into 4 is what? 16. 16 into 1 is how much? 16 minus 3 3s are 9 divided by 1 into 4 means will be equal to 16. So which is equal to tan inverse of, check that, 16 and this 16 will get cancelled. So here 12 plus 12 will be equals to 24, and here 16 minus 9 will be equals to how much? 7. And check whether is it our right hand side. In this way, considering this left hand side, we have shown that its value is equal to right hand side. See, in the example number 20, we have to show that value of tan inverse of 1 by 5 plus tan inverse of 1 by 7 plus tan inverse of 1 by 3 plus tan inverse of 1 by 8 is equal to what? Pi by 4. So let us consider the left hand side, and using the properties of inverse trigonometric function, let us try to show that its value is equal to what? Pi by 4. If you will observe first two terms, it is in the form of tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y. X and y both are positive and their product is less than 1. That's why we are applying which property? Tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y is equal to tan inverse of x plus y upon 1 minus x into y means 1 by 5 into 1 by 7. Again these two terms are also in the same form. X and y are positive and their product is what? Less than 1. So again we are applying same property, tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y is equal to tan inverse of x. X means here 1 by 3 plus y means here 1 by 8 upon 1 minus x into y means 1 by 3 into 1 by 8. So which is equals to, let us simplify tan inverse of, here what we will get? 7 plus 5. So take the cross multiplication, 7 plus 5 and 5 7s are 35 divided by, here 35, 7 5s are 35, 35 into 1 is 35, 35 minus 1. So here we will get 35 minus 1 divided by 35. So plus tan inverse of, here let us check what we will get. 8 1s are 8 plus 3 1s are 3 divided by 8 3s are 24. In the denominator also 24 into 1 is 24 minus 1 upon 24. Just simply we have taken here cross multiplication. So which is equal to tan inverse of, here from numerator and denominator 35 35 will get cancelled. Here we will get 7 plus 5 will be equals to 12, and here 35 minus 1 will be equals to 34, plus tan inverse of, here after cancelling 24 from numerator and denominator, here we will get 8 plus 3 is equal to 11, and here 24 minus 1 will be equals to 23. Again here we can observe that both the terms are divisible by 2. If we are dividing to numerator and denominator by 2, so here we will get tan inverse of 6 upon 17, and here we will get tan inverse of 11 upon 23. Now we can observe that these terms are in the form of tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y. And what is the property tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y? Again apply the same property, tan inverse of x plus y upon 1 minus xy. So which is equals to, its value is tan inverse of x. X is what here? 6 by 17, plus y is what here? 11 upon 23 divided by 1 minus x into y, that is 6 upon 17 into 11 upon 23. Just we have substituted the values in the property that tan inverse of x plus tan inverse of y is equal to tan inverse of x plus y upon 1 minus xy. Remaining part is just calculation part. Observe it very carefully. Here 23 into 6 will be equals to how much? 138 plus 17 into 11 will be equals to 187 divided by, now find out this product, 17 into 23 check that it is equal to 391 or not. Same calculation we are doing in the denominator. 23 into 17 is already we have seen here 391. So 391 into 1 will be equals to 391 minus, here 6 into 11 will be equal to 66 divided by 391. So which is equal to tan inverse of, this is nothing but calculation part, so you are able to perform it yourself also. So 391 will get cancelled. After cancelling 391, here see what is the addition of these two terms. 138 plus 187 will be equals to, check whether its value is equal to 325, and in the denominator check that this difference is also equals to 325 or not. 391 minus 66 will be equals to 325. So which is equal to, what result we are getting here? Tan inverse of, both the terms will get cancelled, and here we will get 1. But we know that 1 is nothing but value of what? Tan pi by 4 means tan 45. According to property of inverse trigonometric function, tan inverse and tan will get cancelled, and what is the remaining part? Pi by 4. We know that tan inverse of tan x will be equals to x. Means in this way, considering the left hand side, we have got our required result. Right hand side, that is what? Pi by 4. In this way we have completed first 20 example from this exercise. Remaining example we will discuss in next video.